This is me on my way to one of the worst and fastest growing gyms here in Japan. Please don't sue me. I've been going to this gym for a bit now. It's called Chokozappu. First, I didn't have an issue with it, but over time, the problems with it have grown more and more apparent to me. Now, I know I don't look like someone who uses the gym much. I'm still just like overweight and kind of just a blob everywhere, but I know a thing or two, I think, about what gyms need to make them functional. And this gym has slowly been chipping away at what makes gyms usable for me anyway. So when I started out, I just wanted to do more cardio because I sit at my desk all day. You know, being a software developer here in Japan, I don't get many chances to move. So, you know, after work or sometimes before work, I wanted to be able to go to a gym. And one of my main things for choosing a gym was it needed to be available pretty much 24/7 because sometimes I can work some strange hours. So even if it's not at my main job, you know, I'll be doing projects late into the night, and sometimes, you know, before I go to bed, I want to hit the gym. So that was one of my main picks, and that was the reason that I went with this place. That and the fact that there's just not really many options, even though Japan's population is pretty concentrated and, you know, the population density is really high, there's not a lot of good options for gyms around. I'll put some statistics here about how many gyms are in the US, for example, as compared to Japan. So it's really surprising that there's not more options, but there's not. So, you know, when you say a 24-hour gym and it needs to be within biking distance, that's already going to cut your options down quite a bit. And I've seen more and more gyms around me anyway, just outside of Tokyo, going up very rapidly. So I don't know if, you know, more in line with the West, gyms are just catching on more, if they're projected to grow or not. I'll put some statistics here. More options are coming online, but there's not a great selection. So one of the first things you'll notice about this gym when you go in is there's no free weights. Everything's machines. Some people that's already a deal breaker, but for me at the time, I just wanted to be, you know, doing biking, maybe use the treadmill sometimes. And I was using the machines for simple like presses and stuff. I want to get more into lifting, but right now I just needed to lose weight, so I wasn't focused on that. Instead of focusing on what this gym doesn't have, it's probably better to focus on what it does have because it's got some crazy stuff that makes you wonder, should this even be in a gym? And that's one of my major complaints with it. So this gym has, I'm not making this up, this gym has like a drink bar, you know, for coffee, tea, sodas, that kind of stuff. It has massage chairs, teeth whitening, laser hair removal, at some places karaoke, believe it or not. Can't remember what else, but I think, oh, laundry. You can do your laundry there. Very strange things. It got me to wondering, why are all these things here? I started to think, and the more I think about it, I think it's just built as a pure marketing ploy, these things at the gym. Anything we can get people to sign up for, you know, they can justify it. Oh, if I come here, I can whiten my teeth, I can you know, remove hair from my arms or whatever. Because that's a very huge thing in Japan right now, is like both men and women are getting laser hair removal pretty much anywhere on their body. Their face, you know, their arms, legs, anywhere. So I guess if they can, now this isn't someone doing this for you. This is you doing this yourself. But I think the reasoning is if we can get people to think, oh, they don't have to go pay for these very expensive, you know, full body hair treatments, we can get them into the gym. If we can do teeth whitening here, we can get them into the gym. This teeth whitening is also done by yourself. So I'm sitting here wondering if this stuff is even safe to do, you know, whitening your teeth by yourself. Somebody tell me if that's safe. But anyway, these things are to get people to just sign up, and it crowds the gym with unnecessary commotion, right? And these aren't big places. So, I mean, they're fairly small places just rented out in random parts throughout the city. So if everybody's walking around doing this stuff, it just adds unnecessary commotion. I think there's a shared sense, like when you go to a gym, everybody's there for the same thing, right? You're all there to be working out or like improving yourself. I guess the improving yourself part is still covered by these other things, but it's kind of weird. It feels like just random people are coming through, right? And one sign of that is this gym doesn't require you to change your clothes. It's pretty widely known that a lot of gyms in Japan are like strict about what you can wear. You have to change shoes when you come in. You probably couldn't wear as skimpy of clothing as you could in the US. Probably get in trouble for that. This gym in particular, it markets itself like a lot of the ads you'll see are, it's like, okay, if you, on your way back from the office or whatever, you can just come in your full suit. Like it shows salarymen in their suits doing these workouts and stuff, which I guess does serve a market, but it's just not what you think of when you think of a gym, right? You know, like, you're like, I want to go in there and be serious. But I guess that's why they don't have free weights, is because it's just meant to be as a passing thing that you can do every now and then. And a lot of these gyms are right in the heart of the city where a bunch of traffic's going to be. So there are some right outside of the station at some different places. Seeing them pop up everywhere though. These gyms are made by a parent company called Rise Up. That's why they're called Chokozapu. Choko means a little. So like a little bit taste of this workout. This Rise Up is a huge company here in Japan. They're supervised diets and workouts. So you sign up for, I think, like $2,000 or up, 2 million yen or something you'll pay. You'll diet, there's someone checking in on you. I don't know how often they check in because I've never done this, but you diet and you work out and everything's very closely monitored. So if you're off track, they'll put you right back on track, that kind of thing. That parent company is the one that's making all of these little gyms. Don't know if the idea is to eventually funnel these casual customers into the Rise Up program. I think actually that might not be the case. They're just thinking of it as a completely separate endeavor because, like I said, I don't see any advertisements at all for it. But while we're on the topic of advertisements, I was just using the gym casually to go get on a bike and do, pedaling exercises for a while and work up a sweat. Gradually increase that every week and get more endurance or something. So at first it's fine. I always just take in my phone, listen to podcasts or something, and then put my phone in the little holder so it doesn't fall out of my pocket. Eventually though, I walked in one day and in front of the bike, there was a huge tablet, right? And this tablet is trying to force feed you advertisements while you work out. That kind of struck me the wrong way. It's like, I'm already paying for this place monthly. I'm already paying a monthly membership and now it's with ads. It's like the Netflix thing. It's like you're paying but you still have ads. Except with this, there's no way to pay to get rid of the ads, right? And this wasn't just in front of the bikes or the treadmills. This was at every machine. So even your press machines, there's a big ad playing in front of you right now. Fortunately, there's no sound, but still it's super obnoxious to look around and in it's kind of dystopian actually. You look around and in front of every single person, there's an ad playing right in their face. Not to mention the fact that it cluttered the ground with cords everywhere. Of course, these cords are taped over on the ground, so maybe the chance of tripping is minimized, but still, it's like, you cluttered all of this just to show us ads for the complete time we're in here. In fact, it gets even weirder because I went to the bathroom and there's an ad playing like literally right next to the toilet, like in front of it. And this is just a regular tablet that they have like taped up to the wall or something. So there's an ad playing and then of course the tablet has a camera, right? So they just put black tape over the camera. But I'm like, I don't know, that doesn't make me feel safe. And why do you need to cram an ad into the bathroom anyway when we're going to be looking at ads the whole time we're out there doing a workout? That was a completely unhinged decision in my opinion to put ads everywhere. I don't do this on the press machines, but when I'm riding the bike, because I'll be there for like 20 minutes or something, I'll just turn the ad down because it's on a little swivel. But no one else does this, but I just turn the ad down so I don't even have to be looking at it and I can just stare ahead outside. While we're on the topic of like ads in the bathroom, another thing that concerns me is a lot of these booths are private. So like for hair removal, teeth whitening, of course the bathroom's private. This is unmanned 24/7. Like there's never any staff in there. I'm sure there's cleaning staff that comes in every now and then, right? But other than that, you never see anyone in there. So it does kind of concern me. There's been incidents before of like secretly recording people in Japan. So it kind of concerns me, in the middle of the night, I'll go in there sometimes and literally no one's there. So people could be getting away with putting cameras or something. I don't know that that's ever happened, but it is a concern, I'd say, being mixed use like it is. They do have a changing room. They don't have showers. So I know they market it as being for casual use, but even if you wanted to get serious about working out, you go in there and they don't have showers, you would have to live really close for that to not be an issue, right? I mean, if you go in there and work up any serious sweat at all, you don't want to have to take the train home all sweaty. And having a shower is standard for almost any other gym here in Japan. In fact, the previous gym I went to had really nice showers and there was always one open. My previous gym did have free weights. It was really wide. This was a bit further out of the city centers. There's a lot of ways that this gym just isn't fit for serious workouts. Another thing about no staff being there, nothing ever gets changed, like if you have an opinion about it. Some of this is because it's a big chain, but they actually have opinion boards at each machine where you can write something that needs to be looked at. Multiple people had written on one, like, please turn this away from the door. Literally all they would have to do is turn this machine around so it's not facing the big glass door where everybody walking by in this super busy area can see you when you're doing lifts. Everybody, so you're facing the outside and you're in this huge squat. You can't see my legs, but my legs are wide open, and you'll have your legs wide open and doing these pose, and there's a ton of people walking right by you. Literally all they'd have to do is turn this machine around to make that okay, but they've never done that. No reason in sight for that. And in fact, it used to be turned around, but they just don't listen to their customers. And another one is a simple one, like put a clock on the wall. There's no way to tell time within there. I guess nowadays most people have their phone even when they're working out, but it's like they don't listen to their customers.
I'm walking back from the gym now, and I kid you not, they just now took down the suggestion board where you can write your suggestions. And needless to say, nothing had changed.
The bike I used was like broken for many weeks, where you couldn't adjust the size, and the knob to adjust the size kept falling off. Eventually that bike got replaced, and it got replaced with a way inferior product that you could tell they just got because it was cheaper. And this bike didn't even have a place to put your phone. So now, you know, I'd have to keep my phone in my pocket or something, and it would fall off every time. I mean, there's workarounds for this, but it's just like they're ruining everything very quickly. They have very little reason to keep going there at this point. But they do have one really big point that beats other places, and that is their handling of memberships. When you sign up, you don't have to go to the gym to sign up. You can sign up right on the app, and then you'll scan a QR code to get in. And these places are completely locked off if you don't scan your QR code. You also have to scan your QR code to get out. Then, and this is huge, to quit your gym membership, you just go on the app and set it up to not renew for the next month. Amazing. That's the part that they're doing awesome, because other gym chains in Japan are, like in the US, they make it difficult to unregister. So if you signed up at this gym and now you want to quit, you have to go into the gym. You'll probably have to pay some kind of fee for quitting your contract. You have to go in person. You can't do it over the phone. So there's just tons of barriers to quitting, and it makes it a pain. And that's why most people stay signed up, right? They just make it a pain. And that's why most people, you know, they just give up and stay signed up, and their credit card is billed on it. And their credit card is billed month after month. Even if you miss a payment on one of those, they'll just keep billing it the next month. They won't cancel it ever, unless you go in and do their really complicated steps. So this gym is amazing in that respect, and I hope other companies are forced to follow this gym in that respect only. So a couple other good things about this gym: you can use any of their locations all throughout Japan. Ton of locations in Japan, so any place you can find, you can go to. If you're out on a holiday or whatever, you can probably still find one of these gyms nearby. I'm not sure how much coverage they have in rural areas yet. I'll put a map up here so you can see everywhere they are. But they're quickly growing, so if there's not one near you, there might be soon. Another good thing is, if you don't have that much spare cash living in Japan, you don't have a laundry machine yet for whatever reason, the laundry you can do for free. Like I was saying, they have laundry at some of the locations, and you can do laundry for free, which I guess could be a major perk. I wonder if it has a dryer. I'm not sure. You'd have to check that. But if it doesn't have a dryer, that'd be a pain, right? If you were fully utilizing everything, you know, the teeth whitening, the hair removal, the free laundry, karaoke, a place that had it, you could get your money's worth for sure. It's just, as a place to work out, you can probably find better options. In fact, Anytime Fitness is one I would recommend. I've been to 3 gyms here in Japan, counting this one. Anytime Fitness, another one was just a local gym. Those are really good because they have free weights. I don't think gyms here are as bad as they're made out to be. It's just there's going to be a very small section for free weights, which would be like probably deadlift, a squat, and then a bench press rack. And then dumbbells. And then other than that, I don't think there would be much. But that's all you need. The problem is you'll probably end up waiting for stuff because there would only be like one of each of these. So that's the major downside here. If you're a serious lifter, I think it'd be tough. If you just want to use them every now and then, try to find some off times and come during the off times. For me, I go late at night, so there's less people around. In fact, there's almost no one, maybe a couple others. If you want to go, say in the morning, I don't know how you would do it. I mean, you would really you'd have to be just waiting around a lot of the times. And the other place, I even sometimes found myself waiting around for machines. Even if there were multiple of those machines, they'd all be in use at times. And that's one of the real negative parts of being here in Japan is that they'll only have maybe a couple of each thing, but there's just too many people to accommodate. And I never really minded the changing shoes rule here. A lot of gyms will have a locker that you can rent for a small additional fee per month, maybe like 500 yen more per month, and you can keep your gym shoes in there and maybe, I don't know, like a gym towel or something in there. Another thing as far as health facilities here in Japan, I'm seeing more and more like alternative workout things, I guess. I don't know, are these becoming more popular in the US as well? I'm not sure, but like boxing and cycling workouts are popping up around where I live. And some of these are for women only. So, you know, you don't want a bunch of creepy old men from the city going in with them, I guess. And like there's this one whole place is just like boxing workouts for women, I guess. So you might be able to find a bunch of different workout options if you're just in it for the cardio. If you're looking for a new gym here in Japan because it's New Year's, make sure to do your research, look around. I'd say look at as many pictures as you can from different viewpoints on Google Maps. Make sure that there's enough weights to cover your needs. Some of these gyms will have a trial, like a trial period, or they'll give you a tour. You just schedule a tour in advance. There'll have to be someone there, obviously, but if one of the staff is there, you can set up a tour for a date and get guided around. So I definitely recommend taking a tour of the place if you can before signing up. And pretty much every place will have that. Let me know if you have any questions. Please tell me if you know any more stuff about gyms here in Japan. I'm not super knowledgeable on them. You can tell I'm not a fitness guy. I'm just kind of in it for lightweight workouts sometimes. Subscribe for more Japan content. Thanks for watching.